Okay, right. So, hope you all are well.
Yes.
Okay, good. Right. So, now, my dear, I hope to complete this lesson 2 months ago. This is the final lecture under this compliance syllabus given to me. The final topic would be financial crime, fraud, and fraud prevention. I hope you can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. This is the kind of lengthy topic for us. It will take time, but anyway, I'll try my best to complete and explain in a very simple manner, right? Okay, here topic is financial crime, fraud, and fraud prevention. Now look at the topic over there. So financial crime. Okay, so that means in very simple manner, crime happening in the financial institutions. Okay, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, right. You have to respond me, yeah? Otherwise it won't be a lively class. Right. Then the financial crime. So we'll go through the step by step, then you will understand what the financial crime is. Here, just to give you the idea, that's the financial related crimes. Crimes can be happen in various ways, various time, by various people. You can't say those who are working in the bank or finance companies, they are the people who are doing the financial crime. No. There are the people also outside the financial institution. Those people, those outsiders can also undertake this type of financial crime, financial related crime. But basically, we are trying to talk here today the crime undertaken by the both parties, those who are working in the financial sector, financial institutions, then as well as those who are not working, but sometimes they may be a customer or outsider, totally outside or stranger. Right. Then we look at the frauds. Now, earlier I mentioned about the crimes. Yeah, I'm going to talk about the fraud. Right. So, in simple meaning, fraud is somewhat different from the crime. Right. Somewhat different from the crime. Now, see, in a practical example, right? You see, now I'm dealing with kind of hard example, right? It's murder is a crime. Murder is a crime, right? But now see, right? If you are right, rob the kind of bank or grocery stores and taken out 1 million rupees, it's become a fraud. That's in a simple language, right? But when we are talking about the financial sector, financial crime and financial frauds are very difficult to understand whether it's a crime or fraud, right? Now see, here we'll take my famous example, money laundering, right? The money laundering, we call it as a financial crime. Why? Why you are supporting to someone else to undertake such a crimes, right? While going through this process, say the customer A is coming to you, you are supposed to undertake the KYC policies, right? So if you are not properly undertaken these KYC policies and somewhat in a wrong manner you are supporting the people to undertake these financial transactions, right? So we define it as a crime. You are supporting to the crime, money laundering crime. But while going through this process, you are asking some sort of commission from that particular individual, right? So that means you are getting that, right, kind of money incentives for him to undertake this particular crime. Or otherwise, you say that, okay, I'll undertake this transactions. Say this transactions to 10 million. You say that, okay, I need a 10% of that. So that means this commission of money you are getting from that transactions, right? Somewhat we can define the fraud, but later on we'll define it later on, right? Then the another part we are going to discuss fraud prevention. How we are going to mitigate the fraud happening in the financial institutions. So those are the three topics fraud we are going to discuss with you today, right? Okay, then let's move to next, our outline over there. Right. Okay. So outline here is, right? Hope you can see me, right, my dear?
Yes.
Yes, okay, right. So outline, we are going to discuss the introduction which I mentioned over there, right? Then we are going to talk about the fraud concept. Then the next is the problem of the fraud. Is it a problem of the fraud in a society? Forget about the financial side. Is it a problem in the society if there are fraud undertaken by the gang or people or individual? Right? Is the problem? Social problem? Personal problem? Now see, if someone is stealing your money in the purse, right? Okay? It's the crime or fraud? Okay, let's see. Then right. So in this lesson, we are going to learn about what are the fraud concept. Then once you understand it, right, you can define what the fraud is. While knowing the fact that, then it's easy for you to undertake the fraud, right? Am I correct? Okay. Then the problem of fraud. There are two types of problems. And if you look at the scenario, this problem of frauds might be international crime and the national crime. So when we are talking about the money laundering and terrorist financing, those are international crime, but it does not, right, undermine that it's not a national crime. Both national crimes. But if you look at the worldwide today, right, it's become an international issue, right? That's what we are trying to learn today. Okay. Now I just want to refresh your memory, right? What are the core objectives of the financial service regulations? In the lesson 3, I believe, 3 or 4, I believe, we talked about the financial regulations, right? So what are the objectives of these financial regulations, financial service regulation? We are talking the core objectives. Now look at that, right? To ensure the market, we want to ensure the market, one is fair to everybody, right? The second is efficiency. Then the third is transparent. Core objective of the financial services regulations. There are 3 objectives. Ensure the market is fair to everybody, market is efficient, and the market is transparent, right? While going through these 3 processes, these 3 pillars, then you will be able to protect the consumer confidence in the financial system, right? That's what we are expecting from the financial services regulations. What is this fair? Can someone explain me, because we talk much on that? Fair to everybody, right? When we are handling the financial market, financial services, you must be fair to each and everybody. What is this fair? Right? When the customer comes, right? Anybody can give the kind of simple answer for that one? What I mean over here, fair. But we talked it earlier also. Fair to each and every customers. Anybody? Okay. Irrespective of the size of the customer, status of the customer, whether he's rich or poor, right? You must have a fair treatment for each and everybody, right? Fair treatment. Then the efficient service. Efficient service. What do you mean by the efficiency? Right? How can we measure the inefficiency of the banking sector? How can we measure the inefficiency? Now say, when we are talking in the practical level, when we go to the office or bank, right? So we say that, okay, this bank is so efficient. This branch is so efficient. The staff, those who are handling the services are so efficient, right? We are talking like that. The cashiers tell us, say that, okay, those officials are, right, efficient. That means they are efficiently handling it. How can we judge it? I mentioned several times, efficiency will be judged, measured in terms of the time taken to fulfill the customer requirement, right? If I'm going to the bank, if I want to sit and wait for a loan hours, withdraw my cash or deposit the check, right? Or otherwise get the update of my passbook or collect my checkbook. If I want to stay over there half an hour, 45 minutes, can I say that is banking transaction, bank branch is efficient? No. No, right? So this means the service you are provided as much as short as the time it becomes efficient. So that means the customer's objectives, customer requirement, you have to fulfill within a very short period. So that means, on the other hand, we call it as a customer satisfaction. Then the third one, transference. Transference. Transference means whatever the transaction you are undertaking with the customer should be transparent to the both parties. So that means bank and customer. Customer should know what is the transactions I have undertaken with the particular bank, and bank should understand, yes, he's the customer, so this is the service I provided to him and he should be satisfied. So then, now see, if you are having some form or some transactions, so some hidden charges or undisclosed conditions, terms and regulations over there, it's not a transparent. It won't be a transparent banking activity. That's what you must remember. Then I'm always telling that whatever the documentation you provided to the customer, they should be in a position to understandable level. So that's what we are now, by law, we are telling that, right? Customer treatment should be in a preferred language and easy language, understandable language. So then he know what are the charges taken by bank from me, what are the costs, what are the fees I have provided to the bank for my services. So that means that all the transaction, all the activities are transparent. So that is what so as a financial regulator, we are looking at the banking institution, financial institutions, how the market, whether it's fair to everybody, and the market or institutions are efficient, and the transaction, right, banking equity are transparent to each and everybody. So while ensuring that these regulators try to protect consumer confidence in the financial system. Why regulators want to, right, protect the consumer confidence? Why they want to protect the consumer confidence? If the confidence is not there, right, they won't trust the banking services and banking institutions, right? So that's what the regulator always try to protect the customer as well as the banking institution. Now see, if the banks are famous for the fraudulent activities, if the financial company are famous for the fraudulent activities, what happened? What happened? Are there any consumer confidence on the particular institutions? Absolutely no. Then are there consumer confidence in the particular financial sector? No. That's what the objective of the financial service regulator is most important. Ultimate objective is to protect the consumer confidence in the financial system. Therefore, regulator job is to ensure that fair, efficient, and transparent elements are there. In addition to that, those institutions, the person, those who are working over there, right, and the particular service, particular market should be free from, right, frauds, free from the frauds, right? That's why I just want to highlight you. Look at the next. I have given over here few example for you. You better decide and tell me whether those are investment or frauds. Those are the coming from the banking and financial institutions, right? And financial companies, right? Decide whether it's an investment or fraud. Number one, come and invest with us. Come and invest with us. So that means investment, right? We pay 25 rupees for every rupees 100,000 per month. What a nice investment, my dear. In these days, what is the rate of interest in current market right now in the bank and finance companies? Huh? It's the very lowest right now. Very lowest, right? Very, very low. It fluctuates in between to 7 to 10.
7 to 10.
Right? Earlier we had a 10 to 12 interest rate for the fixed deposit. Now it's gradually has been reduced. So now here you have good opportunity, right? Invest 100,000 rupees, you'll be getting a 25,000 per month. That's a nice investment, right? Okay. Now the second one, look at the second one. We give a ticket to Bangkok, Singapore as per your choice. They are asking you to 100,000 rupees to deposit, right? In addition to the return which they promised to you, they are giving additional, right, benefit for you to, okay. Yes. Sorry. Okay. Can my dear, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Present screen you can see, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, right, thanks. That's okay, they can see. Right. So investment. Then the second one, we give a ticket to Bangkok, Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, as per your choice. Now there are some investment opportunities. If you look at the newspapers, once you deposit the 100 rupees, in addition to the promise interest, they will give you airline ticket for Bangkok, Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, as per your choice. Right? If you want to go to the Bangkok, yes, they will give you a ticket to Bangkok. If you wish to go to KL, yes, they will give the right ticket to KL, Kuala Lumpur, and Singapore. Right. Then next one, we pay interest and bonus interest and many more. My goodness. Right? We pay interest. Yes, they have to pay interest. Then bonus interest and many more. I don't know what it is. Right? Then the next one, we give you legally valid document for your investment. We give you a legally valid document for your investment. So that we know we are getting money from you, but we give you legal valid documents. Right? Right. So that means the customer should know what is this legal valid document is. Now see, come and invest with us. Right. Can you imagine in the today's context, 100,000 investment per month today, right? Can you pay? Can the finance institution pay 25,000 rupees?
No.
Can you imagine? Can the particular guys can pay this 25,000 now? I hope you can see my blackboard or your Maggie board.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Now see here, investment is 100,000 rupees. Okay, the investor promising to give the 25,000 rupees as a return, right? So return is how much? Right? 25%.
Sir.
Okay? Right. Now current market rate. Okay, look at the banking business. What other business I'm referring? How the FD rate is fluctuating from sometimes 6 to 10. 10 is maximum sometime. Huh? Right. So then this is the current banking rate. But these guys are asking 25%. They are agreed to pay. Now see, this is the institution run. Okay, to earn this 25% or pay this 25% of the return, he must invest this 100,000, right? At least about 25, right? About 25. So that means now see 25% he has to pay. Then say he want to come administrative cost another 5%, right? Then at least to run the institution he must have another 5%. So that means these 25% investment have to be at least to be invested in where he get the 35% return. Can you imagine the investment scenario in Sri Lanka right now, which creates this 35% in return? You can't. You can imagine. If you go to the share market, even you won't get that much. Right? If you go for the trading, you can't get this much. But there are one market over there, right? What is that? Huh? What is that? If you earn more than 35%? Huh? But don't tell me, don't tell others, huh? If you look at the drug market, yes, huge profit. But don't go for that one. Right? We are not expected, we are not promoted these type of things. Those are illegal. Illegal means you are doing two type of illegal business. Right? One is promising 25% return and get this money, then invest this money in illegal drug trafficking. So, right, that's what. Then there are some places where they will ask you to deposit the money, right? 100,000 or 200,000. Then immediately they will give the chance for you to choose the ticket to travel Singapore, Kuala Lumpur. Have you heard and have you seen these type of institutions? Yes or no? Huh? There are one institution called Kolpitiya. Kolpitiya. If someone wanted to go to Bangkok, I can help you. Right? So what those people are telling, they're trying to cheat the people. Right? They're trying to cheat the people. Right? They will give the ticket to Bangkok, but ultimately, he will lose the entire capital. That's the kind of frauds they are undertaking. Now see, this is the very nice advertisement. We pay interest, bonus interest and many more. Pay interest, yes, they have to pay interest. Then what is this bonus interest? That's the kind of things, bonus interest you have, right? Some banks are paying bonus interest. Yes. Right? Which account they are paying it? Huh? Okay. Right. So that means interest plus bonus plus many more. Okay. See, they promise to pay the interest, say 10% or something like that. Then if they keep this 100,000 rupees for a month or 2 months, they will add another 2%. Right? Then many more mean, right? Right? Luckily or unluckily, we forgot to get this many more because New Year season we are getting many more. But this time we won't be able to get it, right? We didn't get it. What is this many more? Right? Various kind of gift item. Huh? Given to you. But what is the underlying scenario of these kind of things? They will give you, right? Give the kind of umbrella, right? Travel bag, right? Those are the gift. But your money you deposit to the bank or institutions are fixed for the 6 months or 12 months. Can you imagine how much you are earning? You are earning how much? You haven't you think about the trial back, right? Okay, then last one, we will see the legal valid documents. Why those people are trying to bring these legal valid documents? Those are the illegal financial matters, right? There are legal counter, there are illegal counter as well, right? Then the two cashiers are there. He's taking, right, 100,000. Another guy also taking another 100,000. These 100,000 taken by the left and right teller, let's go to the correct transactions. The right hand. This left and right guy taken the money, let's go to the hidden books. You can't see these records, right? Those are the how this is the way they are handling the some financial matters, right? Okay. Are those now look at this 4 scenario, right? You tell me now, number 1, right? Is that investment or fraud? Anybody? Anybody? Oh, the second one? Yes. Then the third one, fourth one? By looking at those in nominal terms, by looking at the color of these words, it seems to be an investment. It seems to be investment, but those are not investment. If you think rationally and logically, those are not investment, those are frauds. The way people try to fraud the others, right? Otherwise, number 1, nobody can pay 25,000 per month, right? Then you can't provide, at the current scenario, you can't provide the interest plus this kind of airline ticket. So that means to get those return, they must have investment opportunities at least more than 50% of the return. You can't find such a things in Sri Lankan context. Then right? So those are the frauds. Now see, right? Another things. This is 100% secured guaranteed. 100% secured guaranteed. That's the promise given by, this is the promise given by the particular institutions. Why those secured and 100% guaranteed? Why those people wanted to say it? So this implies that people are not trusting the particular company or particular institutions, right? That's what. Now look at another one. Do not let your money be idle. Come and join with us to grow it. That's another word, huh? Right? Do not let your money be idle. Don't keep money under the mattress. Right? Come and join with us to grow it. Right? They are asking you to come and join with us to grow it. So that means you can earn more and more money. Then the next one, another different way they try to cheat the people. Earn from home, let money flow into your home. That's nice, right? Earn from home, let the money flow into your home. Right? So wait and sit in the home, then money will come to your home. The nice scenario, right? Then the another one, secure pensionable job, pay as a little as 100,000. Good, right? It's a good way. Secure pensionable job, pay as little as 100,000 rupees. Right. Then, right, learn to earn 1,000 within your stay at home. Be millionaire. I can see it over here. Right. Okay. Can someone else tell me? All right. Okay. Now see. Now look at the secure pensionable job pay as a little as 1,000 rupees. What is this? What type of is that investment? It is not the investment. People will think it is an investment for their life. Why? Someone is telling you to provide a pensionable job. Right? I'll tell you one story over there. Right? One gentleman from Peradini area, sometime back 3 to 4 years. Right? He put the advertisement saying that, okay, he will secure the pensionable job. Right? For the instructions and details, is asking to pay 1,000 rupees. 1,000 rupees. Deposit to the bank also. Right? He published this advertisement in the Sunday papers, Sinhala papers basically. And by Monday morning, this 5-year-old story I'm telling you, by Monday morning, he has earned more than 50,000. Right? So manager called me in a particular bank, I don't like to mention the name, say that, sir, this is what happening. I say, get the detail of the particular customer. He managed to get the 2 to 3 people, right? Detail those who are deposit the money. Right? Okay, I'll tell you the story what happened later on. Then the particular individual, once he caught up by the police, we give tip of the police and the police tip of that particular individual, caught up this individual, what he has done. Right? Whatever the 1,000 rupee deposit individuals, he sent a letter. He sent a letter, type letter, very small letter, right? Fantastic to saying that each and every week, please look at the government gazette and apply whatever the suitable job fit for you. Right? The way he secured the pensionable job for all of us. Nice, right? So, more than, right, 75, right, people, even more than that later on we have seen that particular Monday, right, 750 people, not 75, have deposited 1,000 rupees to get the pensionable job. Right? They secured the pensionable job, right? Reference the government gazette. But what the sense is, he is okay. Because he say that, okay, way of getting the pensionable job. Can you find the wrong with him? You can't. Why? But he's given the instruction. Look at the government gazette each and every week. Apply suitable job, which is fit for you. For that sentence, that small letter, our people have paid 1,000 rupees. Can you imagine the nature of our people? So then learn to earn 1,000 within your stay at home. Right? Learn to earn. Right? Learn to earn 1,000 within your stay at home. That's another magic. Right? So they are asking you to deposit the money. Right? Then, okay, first they invite you to, right, let me explain it. This is the right. What they are asking you to is, okay, right. Right, learn to earn. That's the concept. Learn to earn. right? What they are doing is okay. Then for the instruction, they are charging 1,000 rupees, right? For the instructions. Then the second step, now say, okay, the production kit, right? Say this 5,000 rupees. Now say this learn to earn. They say that, okay, right, we are going to teach you how to make a, right, what is a joystick. That's good, no, you can earn the money. Then the second time they say that, okay, for the raw material and particular kit, please deposit the 5,000 rupees. You paid the 5,000 rupees. Here 1,000 rupees, this is the 5,000 rupees. Right? Now you already paid 6,000. Right? Then the third one, he say that, okay, then the, okay, right, deposit another 1,000 rupees for, we will come and collect your production. Come and collect. Right. Okay, then 7,000 rupees. This is the money the particular pros are collecting. Right. So first, he will send you this kind of learning process. Right. Then sometime he will send this kit. Right. Manufacturing kits with raw material, which are useless. Then by doing so, right, meantime is asking to, okay, to collect your manufacturing, so the productions, not the 1,000 rupees. That's how they cheat the people. Right. Okay, they be millionaire within the period, shorter period. Right? Be millionaire. Right? So we all are very keen to be a millionaire. Right? But now this million is not that much. You have to be a billionaire, right? Huh? Okay. Be millionaire. Billionaire. Right? Okay. What you have to do? Okay. Pay some advance. Advance and join with the project. Nobody knows what the project is. Sometime bogus project. Okay. Then we look at this. Have you seen this advertisement? Anybody? Have you seen this advertisement? No, right? Right. This is the one A5 has published some time back. Every month we are publishing this in each and every newspapers. Right? Why? We are also undertaking these scams and these kind of frauds? No. We are undertaking the education, right, of the people, general public, because those are the nowadays, those are the very common, right, common scams and, right, frauds happening in the country. Right? You want the 1 million, right? So sometime you will get the SMS, phone call, right, WhatsApp message, or letter or telegram saying that you want the 1 million rupees. They will have a nice, fantastic word on that. Right? There are some phone call also. Right? I am so and so. I'm in there. Right? They imitating. They are your very good friends. So you want the 1 million. Okay. Now they say that you want the 1 million. Right? To claim this money, you have to pay admin fee. Right? you require to pay administration fee. Right, now see, there are a lot of advertisement published over there, and letters and email come to your mobile saying that, okay, want the BMW, you want the best, right? Then otherwise, there are inherents properties in somewhere. You are of the part of that. So pay the advance to send those money, transfer this money, bank fees, something like that. Right? Okay, that's the number one. Then number two, another scams happening in the country right now. I really love you. Right? I really love you. Send some money to help me. So that means the particular fraudster try to identify the particular individual as a true friends. True friends. Right? So in that sense, right, he imitating you, and both of them are, right, intimate friends or school time friends, university time friend. So that's how they do it, right? I really love you, right? Because of that, I'm in trouble situations. I need help from you. Please help me, right? There are some people, those who are sending this money, right? Then you have a package, pay clearance fee, right? Those are basically come through the SMS, right? Saying that you have a package in the post, you have a package in the airport, right? In the customs, right? They are asking you to provide clearance charges. Once they cleared, the package will come to you, right? Package will come to you, right? Then the next one, which more famous right now, you want a car. Pay custom fee for the car to be delivered. Right? Want a car, right? If you receive this much of message, right? Can you think about the right satisfaction you are getting from throughout the period? If someone telling you, okay, you want a car, right? What you are going to do? Whatever the things they requested, you are trying to pay, right? You are trying to pay, right? Then well-paid job, pay registration fee is similar to pensionable job, right? Pay the registration fee, right? This is the advice we are giving to you. Beware, don't be a victim of that scams, right? The scammers target everyone, regardless of age, gender, education, or income level. Remember that, huh? Scam cost individual a great deal of money and cause a lot of distress. Scammers use letters, postcard, social media, telephone call, text message, emails, instant messaging apps to lure victims. Remember that? Now those are we have a practical example about all those victims. That's what we say. Disregard the age, gender, and educations. There are some individuals, those who are paid advance even more than 1 million rupees for a winning of car. Once you receive the SMS saying that it's from the BMW, you are paying 1 million rupees to as advance fee to get this car. Such a marvelous country, right? Irrespective of the education, there are some educated people also grab to those scams, frauds. I can't exactly who are those people, but there are many, many people in Sri Lanka, right? Not only that, sometimes they are asking you to go to abroad to collect this price, right? there were some people, those who are going to the Dubai, Qatar, Abu Dhabi to collect this money. What happened ultimately? Those people were hammered, and whatever the whatever the valuable items were stolen by those group of criminals. That's how. That's what we are telling, that those are basically frauds, scams, not investment opportunities, even though it seems to be a nice word. Now remember that in addition to that, perhaps you might get the call from overseas. It seems to be overseas, but it won't be overseas. The change in the numbers. There are some foreign guys, perhaps you might have seen from the papers, newspapers. We got the action to go against those people, right? So they are talking, fluent English, especially to the ladies. Especially to the ladies. Why am I saying that especially to the ladies? Because once they talk, use this lovely word, these ladies are fancy to give whatever they want, right? Perhaps you might have seen that in the newspapers, there were some Nigerian people, those who undertake these type of scams, right? They collect the millions of money from Sri Lankan. Most of them, and most of the victims are Sri Lankan girls. That's the pathetic situations, right? So once they become there are very few people are disclosing, law enforcement and other agencies, but most of them are not disclosing because of they are feeling shy on that. They are not willing to disclose it. That's the one aspect we cannot, I take the action on that. Now look at this one. Hope you could remember this Sakpati Ranasinghe, sir, right?
Yes,
Right?
sir.
Yes. It's a very good criminal fraudster, right? My Ganni to Pan Mikila Gavined. One of the Ugandan Minia. Horror Kankara de Gonda Pundama Sakpiti, right? Sakpiti Ranasinghe. Look at this edition. May Irida Tunai the Jatik Rupa Haniban, now moon working over a pide. Right? Ilangrabaran, next one. I hope you can read it, right? This is a kind of single advertisement I'm reading over there, right? ඔබ මුදල් ආයෝජනය කළ සමාගම දැවැන්ත වෘක්ෂයක් බවට පත් වුවත් ඔබට එහි ප්‍රතිඵල ලැබුණාද? right? ලක්ෂ දෙකක් හෝ ඊට වැඩි ආයෝජන සඳහා මාසිකව 16% හෝ රුපියල් 6000ක් දක්වා. okay? මාසිකව රුපියල් 6000. Can you imagine? සුවිශාල පොලි අනුපාතයක් ලබාගත හැක කෙටි දැනුම් දීමෙන් මුළු මුදලම නැවත ලබා දීමට හැකියාව පවතී. සක්විති සර් පෞද්ගලික හමුවන. දැන් කොහෙද සක්විති ඉන්නේ? He enjoyed the taste of the prison. Now he has been free. Right? Now he is in the society right now. Now see, billion of monies has been stolen and frauds by this particular individual, and ultimately he went to the prison, but he now become a free man. Who are the victims? Those who are deposit the money. Now, what I tried to say you, whether those are frauds or investment, but there are some frauds. By nature, you can't say it's a fraud, but it seems to be an investment. Sometimes some institutions, they are trying to bring this fraud as an investment shape. Those are the very, very good example. If you look at the weekend newspapers, especially Sinhala newspapers, you can find those kind of investment and frauds and the scams. Many more scams. Even you don't know whether it is a scam or investment. Right. Now we'll try to define what is this, right? what is this scam is, fraud is. Let me do, yes. Right. Define it. What is the frauds? Now remember, there is no single definition on that. No single definitions on that. Generally involve the dishonest act to obtain an advantage which is not entitled. That's the definition. Now, there's no single legal definitions, but generally involve dishonest act to obtain an advantage which is not entitled. But that's important for us, right? Generally involve dishonest act. What is dishonest act? Dishonest act, right? Are there honest act? Huh? The fraud is dishonest act. So that way defraud is honest, right? Okay. Now here mean dishonest mean which are not accepted by the society. Society is not accept these kind of activities. That's why it's set to dishonest. People don't respect it. Then another part of that, why they are undertaking the dishonest activities? To obtain an advantage which is not entitled. Remember that. There are two features of that. One is a dishonest act. The second one, they are trying to undertake it to obtain, right, an advantage which is not entitled. He is not eligible to get this advantage, but is trying to get this advantage, right? So can be perpetrated by various kind of people. How these frauds can be undertaken? Can be a third parties of the out of the institutions. Then here it should be number one should be employees. Employees working in the bank or financial institution, even other institution, he can be a right fraudster. He can be a fraudster. He's the guy who undertaking fraudulent activities, right? Then become a third party, right? Then the third one, collusion between employees and third parties. Collusion between third parties. So employee will support, third party will undertake these frauds. Now see, simple example. Okay. Now you are a teller, right? So your friend is come to withdraw the cash. So what you are doing is you are giving, instead of 100,000, you are providing 200,000. But you are liable, remember that. Teller is liable to whatever the mispayment, mishandled payment. But not like in a similar way, right? There's a cashier and the particular individual can alter the checks. 100,000 can be a 100,000, right? 100,000, 10,000, 100,000. Likewise, he can add 0, 0, 0, change the values. But that's why check frauds we are going to discuss. Okay, then can be perpetrated by the third parties, third party itself, then the employees, and the collusion between the employees and third parties. These two can be done it, right? Then the other definitions over there. What is fraud? An intentional perversense, falsification of truth for the purpose of inducing another person property or legal right. When you go for the properties, earlier we talked about the money. Now we are going to talk about the properties, right? Properties. Also falsifications, right? Falsifications of the truth, right? Perversions. Falsifications mean the wrong informations, wrong idea. Right? He's giving the wrong idea on that. Right? Or otherwise, alterations. Right? Alterations. Or some additions on that. Now see, they are trying to hide the truth. So to hide the truth, he can alter it. He can add some more. So that means he's not telling truth, 100% truth. He will tell half a truth, right? So he misguide you for the purpose of inducing another person property or legal right. Here, he's trying, he's taking falsification actions to hide the truth and, right, other persons to hide the right, another person property or legal right. Now look at those are the kind, if you look at the land market, look at the land market, those things are happening, right? Owner doesn't know his property has been sold, right? Sometimes the parent doesn't know son and daughters has sold their properties. So that means falsifications. Sometimes, right? Okay, abundant properties will be sold with the forged dates. So that's how, if you look at the real estate market. Similar way, another real asset can be changed time to time. Then the knowing the misrepresentation of the truth or concealment of the material fact to induce another to act to his detriments. That's the legal terms I'm referring over here. I know it. Sorry. That's a misrepresentations, right? While knowing that I am telling right, false things, right? So I'm trying to conceal the truth, right? They're trying to hide the truth of the material facts, induce another to act his detriment. Right. Now see, if you look at it like this, I will take the example for that one, right? To explain it further. Now see, I know, right? I'm going to do the misrepresentation. So that means I'm not going to tell actual situations. I'm trying to hide the truth of the particular, right? Particular property. Say that, okay, this is the kind of property or house, right? Okay, I don't want to tell the truth of this property. Might be this quality of this house is not that much, right? Very bad. Material, say this is the sale of house, right? Not within the what you call the recommended parameters. Then I change it, right? Legal right also. So those are the things. I know that I have done these kind of wrong things over here, right? Then while not representing everything over there, right? I say that, okay, now I explain it, okay, this is the fantastic house. There is no issue, 100% guaranteed. Material are so quality, everything I'm telling, right? And I say that, okay, so that means the particular buyer will be, right? He will be marvelous and he will be active to get this property. Now see, this marketing guys, they know how to sell these things. Huh? Once you go to the sell the car, right? Or you want to buy a car or you want to buy a bike, he will tell you, right? This is the number one and even above the number one, right? This is the latest model which come to only to Sri Lanka. That's how, right? Misrepresentations of the truth, right? So I hope that you follow my idea, right? Now look at the financial crime. I'll give the two type of example, right? One is theft of stationary equipment, computer parts. Fraud such as Enron and Madoff or Golden Key. Are those financial crime or frauds? Are those crimes or frauds? When you are going to office, right? Not going to, when you are leaving the office, you are taking few half sheets, 2 file cover. Is this a crime or fraud? Usually we are doing it, no, my dear. Am I telling you? Right? When you are right after office hours, right? If you look at the table, there are 10 half sheets, 1 file cover, right? Putting these 10 half sheets into the file cover, you are taking it. It's a fraud. You are not thinking it's a fraud, right? You are not thinking it's a fraud, but you are doing it, right? Am I correct?
Yes.
Oh, yes, 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 that's right. Yeah, we think that it's not a fraud, but it's become a fraud. Why? It's not your property. It's not your property. You have not secured the permission from your boss. It's belong to your institutions, right? Without permissions, without knowing to your superiors, if you are taking anything from your office, whether it's a half sheet or pen or file cover, it's become a fraud. Your intention is a fraud, right? Intention fraud. So I'm taking it, boss doesn't know anything on that, right? Now see is next one, right? It's also a fraud, but become a crime, such as Enron. Can you remember that Enron I have discussed with you? Enron, then Madoff, Golden Key. Okay, if not, we'll go next slide. Right? What is the Golden Key? This is famous in Sri Lanka. Can anybody? What is the fraud of the Golden Key? No frauds? Still golden? Huh? Illegally collected money, they use for the various purpose. In the bankruptcy of the particular institutions, nobody liable to pay because it is illegal, right? Depositors also deposit the money in illegal company, right? So they have undertaken the different type of business. Credit card, they show it as a credit card company, but they have mobilized the deposits. So that's how ultimately those money has been used for the various purposes which are not fruitful for the each and everybody. So it's become a fraud, but it's basically, if you look at the financial system, it's become a financial crimes. Okay, right. Look at what are these primary characteristics of the frauds. Now how can we identify the frauds, right? Okay, clandestine and hide, right? Right. Clandestine or hidden. What is this clandestine? Right? So hidden, you know, right? It's a kind of hidden things. Clandestine means a secret, right? It's a secret affairs, right? Secret affairs, secret activities, and it's a hidden. So you are thinking it is a secret affairs. You are thinking it's a hidden one. Nobody knows, but ultimately everybody knows it, right? So you are thinking that nobody knows, you are undertaking a hidden job, but nobody, you are thinking that it's not right? Right. Okay. Then the right next one, violate fiduciary duties. What are these fiduciary duties? I explained even the earlier, right? Violate fiduciary duties, right? Fiduciary duties, the most trusted guy, right? Now see, once you become a finance manager, right? Once you become an accountant, or once you become a SROF, once you become a cashier, the management keep you, right? Right? 100% trust on you all. Why? You are the guy who handle financial matters or money matters, right? So you are the handling the money matters. So that means you must have utmost trust, right? If I violate in this trust, right? Utmost trust, keeping it to by the management, or accountant try to fraud the company money, SRF trying to fraud the company money, cashier want to fraud the company money, right? It is said as a violate fiduciary duties. You are violating, you are breaking the trust by your management, right? Trust by your management. Now see, not only the financial matter, right? Now see, your most, right? Most, right? Most of the friends, right? Say that's number one friends, keep a kind of sack of golden items with you or money with you, right? 1 and 2 years time you say that, okay, sorry, right? Those monies are not, that has been, right? But you can, right, give the your various kind of excuse for that one. Why those particular friends and come and keep this money with you? That because of he is your mango friend, right? He had a kind of fiduciary duties of that. He trusts in you comparatively with others. That's what we fiduciary, right? So if you violate these things, it's become fiduciary violations. Then the other characteristic of that, objectives for the financial benefit. You are undertaking these kind of frauds because of the financial benefits. Others you are not undertaking. No. Why you are taking 100 half seat from the office? If you want to buy this 100 half seat from the office, you have to pay. You have to go to the stationery station stores, right? And you have to pay money to get this. But without paying any cents or rupees, if I steal in those money from your office, sorry, stealing from the half seat from your office mean you are getting the financial benefits. See the part of the computer, right? How expensive this part of the computers. If you take one part of that and put it to your computer, change it and you give the word out of the office, so you are getting the financial benefit. So that means the primary characteristic of this one, clandestine or hidden, violate fiduciary duties, objectives for financial benefit. Then the last one I mentioned, you already mentioned, in all cost to the institutions. It's a cost for the institutions. Wherever you work, it's a cost to the institution. If you mishandle, if you stolen, if you undertake any fraudulent activity, right, take out the 1 million rupees from the cashier, right, vault or whatever, it's a financial benefit for you if it is not, right, undertaken by the criminal police or someone else, right? But anyway, that's a cost to the particular institution, particular banks. Remember that, right? Those are the basic characteristics of the, right, frauds. It's a hidden or clandestine, it's violate fiduciary duties, objectives to financial benefits, then it's a cost to the institution where you work, where you get in your salaries. Then we'll talk about the most common frauds, right? This common frauds mean it's applied to each and every financial institutions, not only the banks, right? False accounting, wrong accounting, undermentioned accounting, right? False accounting can be in a different ways, not actually showing the truth of the institutions. Might be undervaluations, overvaluations of assets, right? That's give you various kind of interpretation about the company and books. Now see, this Enron company, which we talked some time back at the beginning of the classes, right? They are very famous for false accounting. Who are the people who do keep the accounting work of this particular Enron company? Can you remember? Which I talk about that?
Ernst and Young.
Not Ernst and Young.
Then KMPG.
Eh?
Then
Oh, my
KMPG.
dear. Arthur Anderson, can you remember that? That's the bankrupt company. Early, it was the most this is the first of the most five accounting firm, Arthur Anderson, right? That's also dissolved by the court because they prepared the false accounting for Enron company, right? So false accounting, that's the big number one case highlighted by the each and every product star when you are talking the false accounting. Then the asset misappropriations. Asset misappropriations. Now see, company and directors, bank and bank directors, are those banks and directors are part and parcel of the institutions? Remember that your corporate governance, directors are, right? Who are the directors of the banks? They are the people who take in the decisions how to run the bank, right? How to run the banks. Okay, by the time, my dear, I just want to say one thing from you. This Simon, I have corrected long time ago, but I was thinking to distribute among you before this Corona vacations. Huh? I was unable to do it. I want to have a discussion with you, physical discussion with you, but I don't see any kind of right date and time for it. Another 1 or 2 months time. So because of that, I am thinking to distribute this Simon to all of you. I will hand over this lot to the Menaka next week, right? So once you come over here, you can pick it up from the Menaka. Okay? Hello?
Okay, sir.
Okay, right. So pass this message to your friends also. But before the exam, if we have a time to discuss it, we'll have a discussions, right? At least this type of class. I just want to have a, chat with all of you separately to explain how to answer the questions. But anyway, I recorded your marks and the papers I'll give the Menaka. Wherever institutions open, you come and collect it, right? Okay, then the asset misappropriations. Who can misappropriate the assets? Who can misappropriate the assets? Right? Now see, if you take the board directors, are they owners of the banks? Perhaps not all. Right? They are the people who manage in the institutions. In that sense, do they have a right to misappropriations of this kind of asset in the bank? They don't, right? Can they sell this asset of the banks to anybody as they wish? They cannot. They have to follow the proper procedure, right? Now see, you are a manager of the particular branch, right? Can you mishandle the branch assets?
No.
Now see, take the money in the safe. Can you lend this money underhand,
No.
day-to-day business, without proper document and proper procedure?
No, he
You
can't.
can't, right? Those are the asset misappropriation. Then the investment scheme frauds, which we mentioned earlier. There are, by nature, you can show those things investment schemes, but it's not the investment scheme. This is a frauds. It's a frauds. Then the computer fraud is very famous in these days, right? Computer frauds, various kind of frauds, hacking, internet hacking, email hacking, right? So virus, those kind of things are there. Then the insurance frauds, but insurance is normally fraud, right? They are not paying. So insurance fraud, there are some insurance related frauds. We'll discuss it later. Then the intellectual property frauds. What is this intellectual property? Intellectual properties, right? Intellectual properties. Now see, you have written a book. You have written a song. You produced one items. In these days, many people are producing various kind of items, huh? Corona related. So once you produce it, right? If it is a new product which is not introduced to the market, you can claim the intellectual right of that. That means you are right. That's what the singers, musicians, authors, they have this, their property right. This property right means they are created songs and the novels, textbooks, etc. That's theirs. So the right of those people is there. If someone wanted to copy it, right, print it, they have to get the permission from the particular individual. In the usual practice, they have to pay some amount compensation for the particular individual. We call it as intellectual property right. If someone is violating this intellectual property right, the court, what you call that, he can go to the court asking the claim in the compensation for that one. It's a kind of fraudulent activity, right? Intellectual property right. Then the money laundering, you know what the money laundering is, right? Huh? Yes. I'm not going to explain it again. Then the corruptions. This is a very famous topic in these days, right? Corruptions, right? Using someone else's money and taking those money to your hands without in a proper manner, illegal manner. Then the terrorist financing, you know what the terrorist financing is. Then the next one, wire transfer fraud scheme. Wire transfer. Who is transferring the money through wires? Which institutions? Which institutions are allowed to transfer money through the wire? Right? Only the banks are allowed to undertake wire transfers. Right? No other institutions. But there are some institutions, say this Western Union, they also undertake some wire transfers, but subject to the certain limit. So there are wire transfer fraud schemes. Here, not only the wire transfer, the instruction given to the wire transfer also included that fraud schemes, right? Fraud schemes. Then the securities fraud. Securities mean share market frauds. If you go to the share market, there are a lot of frauds over there, right? It's a good time to watch this in this time now, what is happening in the securities market. Then you can understand really what are those securities frauds over there. Okay. Then the most common financial frauds I'm going to talk. Right? Advance fee fraud. Advance fee. Asking the advance. Then the bank frauds. Various type of bank frauds are there. Check frauds. Right? Those are the common frauds right now. Then the click frauds. Credit card frauds. Common credit card frauds. In the Ponzi schemes. Ponzi, right? Ponzi and pyramid schemes are two different things, huh? But in our country, people are think that pyramid schemes or Ponzi schemes are same, right? It's not in the same. We'll go through one by one, then you can understand it. Then you can also start the Ponzi scheme and pyramid schemes, huh? Then the identity frauds. Identity frauds. It's a common in Sri Lanka. Mortgage frauds. Mortgage to bank, then it's mortgage to someone else without indicating whether it's a mortgage to the bank. Then the occupation frauds. Subsidy frauds. Subsidy frauds are happening in these days, right? It's 5,000 rupees frauds. Okay. Then look at the advance fee fraud. Advance fee, right? What is this advance fee? So that means you are paying advance earlier. First, okay, before transaction is finalized, advance fee fraud. Okay. Right. This is the one you can see, you can get this type of email, right? Or otherwise, this is the common email I have taken over there, right? Who has written this one? Prince Fayed W. Bokin. Please reply to email over here. See? Right. Finally, your financial compensation will be the 50% of the total cash. That's 50% of US dollar. How much? Huh? Amazing offer, right? Right. So now, last couple of months, those are the kind of very common email you are getting. If you have email facilities or SMS facilities sometime, you are getting these type of email explaining the various kind of stories. My father is so and so, he has this much of wealth, right? He died in these days. Right now, the investment, that's what you inherent properties are in a particular banks. Nobody is there. Very difficult to claim it. You will be identified as one of the claimer. So likewise, those are the kind of various kind of sentences and words they are using, right? Only thing is, once you get this kind of email, there are many people, those who are responded to it, right? In a Sri Lankan context. Not only that, now get this 15% of the percentage, they made advance. Right after receiving this mail, now they have given the please reply here. Why they are not asking to reply the original email address? Right? They have given another one over here. Right? So that means they are trying to get your information through this particular email. Right? They are trying to get you informations. Then they are after this connection between you and particular trader will be in this particular email. So all the email connection will be built up and the information will be exchanged with you and he will give the instruction you to follow. Ultimately, you don't know. Without knowing that, you become a mess of the particular guys. Perhaps there are some people in the Sri Lankan context, they paid millions of money to get this advance, right? These claims, right? Still our people are there. So that's the one way, right? In the features of that, if you are contacted by someone claiming to be a foreign government official or other person needing help to transfer millions of pounds, it is likely you are being set up advance fee fraud. right? If you are contacted by someone claiming to be a foreign government officials, perhaps you might see this kind of email are getting from the United Nations also, right? UNTAD also, WTO also, right? For other person needing help to transfer millions of pounds, it is likely you are being set up for advance fee fraud. An email, letter or fax arrives asking you to help someone transfer millions of pounds or dollars out of their country. All you have to do to receive a substantial share of the money, say around 30% of is set to administration fee and your bank account details, right? They are asking the bank account details. Remember that in these days, our ITC people are telling all the customers of the bank to not to disclose your password and any other internet related information to any third parties. Here they are trying to get your banking details. Once you get the banking details, it's easy for them to hack your banking accounts, right? So the scammers may also try to access your bank account using the details you have given to them to remove the funds from it. That's the danger. Once they build up the contact with you, you are so familiar with them, you are providing the banking details. Now they say that, okay, please send me your banking details to credit the advance payment. You are sending, say that, okay, 00123 5. So bank is Bank of Ceylon, branch is City branch. Once you send those information to the particular guy, he's trying to come through your bank accounts because he know exactly banking details. Now see, some victims are even asked to travel overseas to complete the necessary paperwork, but once abroad, they were physically threatened or not allowed to leave until more money is paid to the criminals. That's the serious. That's happened to most of the Sri Lankan at the Dubai and some eastern countries. They went over there to claim, they have gone there to claim the money at the airport. So particular individuals are met up with those people, right? You know the situations over there. Once you go over there without any support, if you are alone over there, those people will threaten you and get the whatever the available money with you and sometimes physically damage you and ask you to come back, right? There are many Sri Lankans, those who are face these kind of situations. Remember that those are common, right, fraudulent activities. Then the bank frauds, right? Those who are working in the bank, you may know, you are familiar with those kind of frauds, right? Huh? Is it? Not yet, isn't it? Okay, let's see. Once you learn those things, it's easy for you to undertake. What is this? Those are the banking fraud. One is phishing and spoofing. You will get these type of advertisement email from the particular bank, right? You see, dear customer, we regret to inform you that your HSBC internet banking account could be suspended if you don't updated your account informations. What is this? It seems to be original bank email, original bank details, right? So once you receive these kind of thing, you may think that it's from the particular bank. And here, next one, click here to update your accounts numbers. Once you click this particular icon, right, they will fish your details, right? Here mean you click those things that will give the kind of various kind of message you to update your details. Once you update it, those information will be in on these criminals' hands. They can use it to handle your accounting practices. That's how right? So this is the one, another aspect of the, we call it as fish, right? Phishing and proofing methods. This is another one also, right? Email, right? Email. Now, you are usually using your common email to undertake transaction with the bank. Email instructions, right? So these kind of emails, if the particular fraudster is familiar with these kind of emails, why those emails are routed through the internet, there are some internet hackers. They can easily get these informations, right? So once you provide those kind of details, it will go to the hackers. Hackers can imitate as you, as a customer, then can advise the bank to transfer the money or otherwise get this money into your accounts, right? This is the nature of the particular. Then the further details based on the above two emails, bank frauds, right? One is social engineering. We call it a social engineering, the act of manipulating people into disclosing their password, login details, so other confidential information which I show you earlier emails. That's called social engineering. That's the name given for this one of the bank fraud. The act of manipulating people into disclosing their passwords, login details, or other confidential informations, right? So now see, remember that the first email you got, update mean once they update, they are trying to get all the informations because you are entering it, because this message say that they are going to update your banking details. So this means you think that it's a genuine email from the particular bank, you are updating your correct information to the particular email. So that means this fraudster will, right, fish those informations and use it for the fraudster activities. Then the phishing, right? This phishing is different from the fishing at the sea. But this is also similar to phishing, right? They are trying to get fish the information from your knowledge or without your knowledge. Email or other kind of messages that direct you to bogus website or phone line which often look legitimate, right? You think that email or other kind of message that you got in a various ways, whether it's a phone call or email, right? Directing you to bogus website, fake website, which are built up to get your information, or phone line which often look legitimate. What is this legitimate? Legitimate means it seems to be illegal. By looking at the particular website or phone, you will imagine that you think that these are legitimate transactions. That's what, remember that, right? Identify whether it's a legitimate or not legitimate. Now see, perhaps I might have explained you. Now email, right? Now when you are sending the response to the email, instruction to the email, right? You can use the various type of right methods to that. Hope you can see the blackboard. I write like this, right? Okay. Now see, when you are sending, now say, I'll give them my email over here. Don't imitate it, right? Required cbsl.lk. This is my email address, right? So the banking correspondent I'm using it. Not only that, other correspondent I'm using it, right? Okay, this email sometimes can be like this. Here I'm using, right, DRUPA, right? Someone can imitate it as a DRUPE, right? First, going to my accounts. Now see the Hello Bank officials, while he doesn't care about this whether it's a Dirupa or Dirupe, right? But same is by looking at the similarities between these two emails, he will take the action on that, right? Here, this is the correct email, but the incorrect email, right? So this is how they are going to do it, right? So various type of methods they can use it. Email or other kind of message that direct you to Workers website or phone line, right? So once you're familiar with this, that's happening in the banking activities when you are doing the banking activities through the emails, right? That's a different one from here. That's a use for the social engineering as well. Right now, password, hacking the password and getting the details of the password, phishing, getting the email message direct you to bogus website. Then the another bank for Trojans. Hope you could remember the Trojan horse. You go to the history, you can know the whole Trojan horse, right? Trojan. Okay. Trojan is a malware, malicious software that is installed in any internet-enabled devices, computer, smartphone, without your knowledge or consent. But these type of Trojan now, there are various type of Trojan malware, malicious software, right? All this software we generally call as a Trojan. Trojan mean what is this? A common name. You know this Trojan horse? When you are talking about the Roman soldiers were inside of the particular, right? I have to tell the history also. It's a famous Trojan horse. Huh? Okay. So that's a big story anyway, right? Remember that. Look at the Trojan. Who is the Trojan horse? And the story behind that, right? If you go to the website, you can find it. There's a Rome emperor and the empress about this Trojan horse. Look at this story, right? So that's why whatever the malware softwares, malicious softwares, now they call it as a Trojan software, right? Malicious software. It can record password and other personal details by capturing key stroke or taking a screenshot or sites. So whatever the right details can be taken by these kind of Trojan malware. Some Trojans allow fraudsters to shadow computer sessions also, right? Some malware, right? Those kind of things, malicious software, right? Some Trojans allow fraudsters to shadow computer sessions. So that as in original computer sessions, they can show, right, bogus computer session. Computer sessions mean as it is in a regular computer network. Now see, if you go to the teller, you can look at the screens over there, but sometime using this malicious software, right, malware software, Trojan software, they can duplicate it and undermine the original screen, and you can see this Trojan screen. So that means you enter into your password and other details to get the money. Those things can be recorded in other places, which can be used by these fraudsters for their activities. Then the bank fraud, again, money mules, right? So now see, this money mules mean that's the kind of another interesting methods, right? How they are going to do it. Money mules are recruited through the variety of methods. There are a lot of methods. Spam emails, genuine job search website, email response to online CV, instant messaging and newspaper ads, right? How they are getting those informations. Your correct information to, right? Your correct information to manipulate, right? So they will send you spam emails, right? Bogus emails, basically not bogus, cheated email. So once you respond this email, they are getting. Now see, these spam emails can be some lovely stories also, right? Lovely stories they build up and asking about your response. Then you are sending your real email because those emails are randomly selected through various ways. Once you respond, they know it is exactly you responding them, right? Then the genuine job search website. There are some job search website, advertisement website. You are putting your genuine email and address and sometimes your banking details as well. So that means you are disclosing your banking details to you unknown third party, which can be used for the criminal activities. Then email responses to online CV. Sometimes some companies, some right institutions are asking to fill online CVs. You are providing your banking details and your emails, so they can use this email for you to respond. Then the instant messaging and newspaper ads. Various can newspapers ad. They can ask for the your banking details to send money or credit the money, something like that. So those become a banking fraud. Those they money mules, right? So money mules receive the funds into their accounts that fraudster have stolen, right? Remember that in these last couple of weeks we have seen that there are some internet banking frauds which receive the money from someone else's accounts, right? You don't know where those money got from, but later on they will transfer this money without your knowledge or with your knowledge, right? So there are some internet hackers. They hack someone else's accounts. Money will be moved to different accounts, but they will be keep 1 or 2 days quiet because whether you have any response. If you are not responding it, right, they will collect this money back to their original accounts. Original accounts, fraudsters accounts, right? But the only thing is, once you receive these type of money into your accounts, must be vigilant. Those are not your money. Those are the someone else's money. It's your duty to return those money or inform your bank your account has been received this much of illegal money, right? Then these funds generally come from the other victims whose bank accounts in other country have been compromised. That's what I told you. Then money mules are encouraged to send the funds to their fraudsters account using the wire transfer services minus their commissions. Right? That's the kind of another tricky aspect. So they say that okay, erroneously I have transferred money to your account. Please resend me. I'll give you this much of commission. You are getting the commissions, right? Then this rational manner, legal manner, you are sending this money to particular individual, right? So remember that. Okay, my dear. So I have taken 2 hours. Below that you are right. Bit of tired now. So next week Saturday also we will have another sessions. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right. Now my only concern is it's not like a classroom exercise, classroom discussions. If you have a classroom, we can have kind of raise the questions and issues. But at this moment, you don't have such a facility. I'm really worried about that. If you have any questions concern, right, I'll give my email, but don't hack it, huh? Right?
Okay.
Right. So whatever the communication through this email, you can route it to me, right? But might be, that response might be a bit of delay because of the most of the work I'm undertaking, right? I'll give my email to you, right? But give me introduction about you, who you are, right? Otherwise, I am treating it as a malware, right? Email, huh? So say that I'm IBSL store like that, right? So my email is dirupa@cbsl.lk, right? dirupa@cbsl.lk, right? Then we'll see next week also Then by the time pass this message about your take-home assignment, right? Whenever possible, you come and pick it up from the maker. I'll keep these papers with him. If we have a normal day, right after this kind of difficult period, we will have a discussion with that. Okay? Please pass this message to your friends and colleagues.